Never respected a glance. Now I sit here with your heart in my hand, like it's all part of the plan. She is my girl, and she call me a man. Toes in the sand, knowing we can do anything we want to, yeah. I'm satisfied, captivated, I'm mystified. Kiss the sky, split the pie. Took a hit of that shit and died. Now the devil is mad at us. She must be Jesus, I must be Lazarus. Raise me from graves, take me away. Rolling like cannabis, yeah. I don't wanna feel this way. Body shouldn't feel this way. Pastor said just kneel and pray. She didn't tell me she'd come my way. Now it's over, you just stand there, watching me, yeah. My aura is all that I see. Too many fish in the sea, but she's a lobster tempura. I got something for her. This is how they felt in Aurora, in a silver cigar filled with how brilliant you are. Baby, you still in my heart. Baby, you still in my heart. You get a million stars. These niggas is playing, they still in the yard. Life get like still in the part. Yeah, baby, we still apart. Baby, you still in my heart. Baby, you feel in my heart. Yeah. I don't wanna feel this way. Body shouldn't feel this way.
Peace, peace, peace. We back better than ever. This morning, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I was so human and so like out of sorts because I had like a massive headache, like a massive download, and to get this information lucid, I did not do a good job earlier. So the goal is to do a better job this time around, and from there, not even do a better job or anything like that, but just explain this information and explain this astrology in a clear terms. And so the law of entropy is a scientific concept that if no matter how many experimentations that you do to test this law, it always comes out accurate. So therefore, the law of entropy has been tested out in a sense of, accuracy, like no matter what. So this is an example of the law of entropy in full example. So I'm gonna take these two matches and I'm gonna light them and I'm gonna explain the law of entropy very simply. And I got my wife here to kind of verify that this experiment is accurate and there's no tricks being done or anything like this. This is the law of entropy. So y'all can see the match is lit, right? And so it's a fire going on, and that's a reality. And there's nothing that we can do to change that reality for the moment. But over time, if I just sit here with this flame burning, as such, the inevitable will happen. It will burn out. And then the original state for which these two matchsticks will never be in their original state. And it does not matter how much I pray. It does not matter who I do offerings to. It does not matter how much I study astrology. It does not matter how many times I fucking donate to a fund. It does not matter how much toys I give away for Christmas in the Salvation Army. These matches will always never go back to their original state. And you could do this at home. And if you have the matches that you light turn into a fire and then go back to their original state, then you tell me how that goes. Like, somebody show me. So did that make sense? Was that clear? Was that clear, Crystal? You know what the law of entropy states? So the concept of this video is love is a fire. So me, I've been in love, like the deepest love known to man. And I don't advocate that, because once you reach that highest level of lovivity, then what happens is you burn out. Literally, physically, emotionally, mentally, you're never the same. And no matter what I've tried to do in my relationship, I've never been able to be that guy again that I once was in previous relationships. But I think what me and my wife have is a log fire. We don't have a matchstick, passionate, flaming, not to say that that doesn't exist, but it's something that it's a lot of fortification around it. It's people bringing logs to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like, excuse my language, but it's a lot of energy feeding our fire. And my perspective to the relationship is different from my wife's perspective based upon our experience. So for her, she wants it to be something that it was in the beginning, and the reality is that it just cannot be. So trying to process that and trying to explain that to my wife and still understand that everything is on the cool, it's just that this is a realization that I'm coming into that I have to live by and embody, because I cannot be the same. You cannot be the same. We have to understand that our love is based upon kindling and not upon a big explosion of, you know, a grand finale. Because once you have the grand finale, you've never had a re-grand finale. It's just over. Like, there's nothing that you could do but go home and sit in traffic. So this is entropy. This is the law of entropy. And this is what I was trying to explain earlier, but my headache and my lack of information and my humanity got into the way. So we're just opening up. I just wanted to open up with that. But and how I'm going to explain this through astrology and through reality and kind of bring these two together, what's necessary is that you take your own notes and do your own research based on the actual words, based on the actual abstracts and the information of the person who said it, not me. So when you say hood mystic, you're not making no sense. I mean, I cannot be clearer. So what I'm going to do is take something, a known scientific thing that exists in the world, and I'm gonna take it from its massive scale and grand scientific reality and non-reality and bring it home right into your living room, my nigga. And you are gonna be the king of the galaxy, the lord of the universe by the end of this conversation, if you're patient with me, if you're able to be analytical and use your brain and do your own research and understand that everything I said is not a goddamn lie. It's verifiable, whether you want to use books. I got books today. I got abstracts. I got all types of verifiable information to explain the law of entropy outside of a space of, oh, the world is ending and ain't shit we can do about it. What is the solution, my nigga? That's what we're going to talk about. So, like we began, love is a fire. And the law of entropy, the law of thermodynamics, which is actually even deeper. It's a movie on Netflix that my wife was watching, lo and behold, because they don't give me none of this shit on my profile on Netflix. But her profile on Netflix is super lit with all the occult shit. Like, you know how Netflix, you can only feel like you can watch only a certain subject of movies, and then your wife's profile or somebody else's profile, you like, damn, I didn't even know this shit was even on Netflix. But anyway, she was watching, this movie popped up, The Law of Thermodynamics, and I'm just like, Chauncey, like, oh my fucking God, like, how is it a movie called The Law of Thermodynamics, and here I am sitting to wrap my head around the law of entropy for the past 5 days, And Spirit was just like, nigga, here go a whole goddamn a whole damn movie so we could just help you. But even that wasn't enough, because I felt like I watched a movie and I was on another level. But even that was like, nah, that's not enough. So today I got it. So understanding that striking a match can never go back to its original form. And so the black hole, what is a black hole though? Like, what is a black hole? A black hole is when a planet completely dies out. And what's left is a magnetic force that is like the soul or the vibration of the planet that you can't see, but you can the only way that scientists know that black holes exist is because how matter responds to a black hole. Okay? So, why am I talking about black holes? This is where the patience comes in. And why am I talking about the law of entropy? Because the law of entropy exists everywhere on the goddamn universe. Everything is falling apart. Okay? This is a law of the universe. But where is law of entropy not valid? Where does it not exist? In a black hole. Follow me. Because what I'm saying, I don't know if anybody has ever put two and two. I've never heard anybody put two and two together, but me putting two and two together, the shit is pro-fucking found. But if I don't explain it to you, I'm just a crazy nigga on YouTube, and I don't want to be a crazy nigga on the YouTube. I want to be clear with this information and understand that this information is vital to why shit keeps falling apart. Why you're not accessing this actual part of your being. And don't worry, a guided meditation will be coming soon for the full moon. But until then, let's do our research so we know what we're doing. The law of entropy exists everywhere on the universe except a black hole. Now that we got that understood. So we understand. So say for instance, our body is a planet. Then the black hole represents our energy once our bodies are gone. So therefore, when we think about this earth and we think about the way things happen, right? They say it all the time, but maybe you pay it no mind when they say, oh, such and such, she's successful because they did a blood sacrifice, Jay-Z, Jennifer Hudson. The list goes on and 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 on, right? Somebody died, but behind that death is a surge of energy, right? Man, that motherfucker got the glow. He got the something, but ever since his mama died, he just been, something done happened to him. This is real scientifical shit. So understand, when a planet dies, that creates a black hole. When a person dies on this planet, that creates a damn black hole. It may not be the impact of a massive black hole, but it creates what they may call a black hole. And this shit is ancestral, baby. So why they don't talk about it? Because they don't have that, right? If they don't have no soul and they die, well then, au revoir. See you later. Nice knowing ya. But that's why even the most brokest, most drugged out person may pass away and may influence the most greatest singer of our time. Talking about Frankie Lyman and Michael Jackson. This shit be passed down from lineage to lineage. And what it is a black hole. And certain people possess it, certain people don't. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain, but you have to give me time. So when a massive star dies, it leaves behind, when a massive star dies, cross that over with a goddamn T. When a massive star dies, so when a massive star dies, what's a massive star? A celebrity? What do we call celebrities? Am I crazy? Do we call celebrity stars or not? We call them stars. They die. That leaves behind a small, dense, remnant core where no entropy exists. Now, trust me, follow me. Spiritual sister girl, she can verify this. We've been on a Michael Jackson wave, baby. We've been listening to the anthology, the old school shit, the Jackson 5 shit where they was teenagers, like the shit that ain't sell no records. We've been listening to that shit. Going to a whole nother level. Vibes you couldn't even fucking imagine. But it ain't popular, but man, it got the funk to it. Michael Jackson. I can't think of a more massive star. Oh, and the Prince? Going to another level. And a black hole is where no entropy exists. So everybody be talking all of this shit about healing and higher vibrations and, you know, get your unks, get your crystals and get a reading and all of this shit. But what about the mysteries of sex and death? What do you know about it? What do you know about sex trafficking or, you know, having somebody close to you die and still being in contact and vibration with that? And then you wonder like, oh, that is disgusting, or how could you bear? Because death is where no entropy exists. And so when you think about black people, when you think about it, the same energy where we could be sad at, we could be living in the area of no entropy. So why not keep a person in a position of sadness, right? Keep them in a position of grief, keep them in a position of pain, because that keeps them in a state of desolation and decay and you know, it's just all bad. But that same energy, you can do some magic. You can do some creation. You can do some healing. You can get some real revelation. And like scientifically, this is the scientific proof to the ancestors. If a person calls you crazy for working with the ancestors, tell them to watch this video and tell you, okay, this is where this nigga lied at, because black holes don't mean that shit. Black holes mean something completely different. And celebrities ain't stars. My ancestors, like, come on. Like, you gotta really understand that this shit is valid and this shit is pertinent to what we got going on right now, because in this whole world, you'll see everybody going fucking crazy. Right? And then you'll see some people doing fucking great, phenomenal things, signing $1 million deals. But if you really sat and talked to them, they'll be talking to you about, you know, how this person died. I was listening, we was driving back from Detroit, or Findlay, Ohio, rather. And remember the Dame Dash video where he was explaining like all of his hardships to get to this point? And he realized what I knew, that he had crossed over, because he wasn't saying that his life was perfect. He was saying that his only problem was the goddamn dog eating up this dog's shoe. He was like, you know, I worked hard for them problems. Meaning that the real problems he worked to get over. And trust me, he working with the energy of Aaliyah. That shit is documented. That shit is well documented. And Aaliyah ain't here no more. And Dame Dash, he may not be Jay-Z, but you listen to this interview, he wasn't living in a sense where it was like, oh my God, I feel sorry for Dame Dash. He had a lot of jewels for niggas. So I encourage everybody to go listen to that latest Dame Dash video where he was talking about R. Kelly, and just listen to the beginning and then listen to what had got him to that point. Very poignant. But the crux of this thing, the thing that I got spinning on the side, because I'm just now getting started. I'm still doing the intro. So I just want people to know that this is not some shit that's like, you know, man, the spirit is real. That's all I can say. And so connecting what is a black hole in the human body though? What is the black hole? And so in my mind, I already was like, neuromelanin and the substantia nigra, that's the black hole. But this was something that was in my mind that I could have just got on YouTube and just be like, neuromelanin is the black hole that you need to access and blah, 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 and been talking out the side of my neck. But I did some reference and I came up with this abstract by a biomedical professional, Luigi Zecca. And he was breaking down the neuromelanin and the neuron structure, and he compared the neuromelanin and the substantia nigra to a neuronal black hole with protective and toxic characteristics. Oh Lord, here we are. Here we go now. So that means to tell me that everybody right now got access to this soul energy, but who's doing the meditation? Who's understanding their neuromelanin? And neuromelanin is something, I'm sorry to say, black people, that can exist in any race. Your dog can have neuromelanin. And neuromelanin just means that it's just an understanding of life, that you are a part of a larger reality. That you don't really die. Even when your body dies, this substantia nigra, this black substance, can permeate and pervade the planet and do whatever. And it don't have to be when you die. I'm not speaking death. I'm saying we could do the meditations and the visualizations and the realizations now, but we at least got to have the knowledge and the background information to say, oh shit, I got this shit in me now and I can access it where no entropy exists. So if I'm trying to get something together, are you doing the meditation? Because if you're not doing the meditation, you are... Oh, we got a little baby. The baby is born. It's you. It's you. Just waiting. Flat line. Done. Cause you in the physical world. In the physical world, and materialistic ain't about buying J's and having a nice crib. The physical world is actually stepping away from it and dealing with something else. And this is alchemy. So substantia nigra is Latin for the black substance. It reflects the fact that parts of the black substance appear darker than neighboring areas due to high levels of neuromelanin and dopaminergic neurons. You know I ain't no scientist. That's why, you know, I need a scientist to come on here and be like, you know what? You lying. It ain't no such thing as no black substance in the brain. You making it up. Ain't no such thing as a black hole in a spirit, and that's just in the stars. That don't got nothing to do with you, but this is what we doing. We studying astrology, and astrology is the comparison of the stars compared to our human life. It is the macrocosm for the microcosm. And if we can understand the stars, that makes this human life way easy to understand. And I get up on here every day to kind of enlighten and prove people to that. So, I'm not even done. I'm still with the intro. So ultimately, to deal with the substantia nigra, to deal with the neuromelanin, you can only access through study and meditation. If you don't know shit, don't expect shit to just come to you. And then you have to understand that the physical life abides by certain laws. But the same way you physically can't jump to the sky, spiritually, you could fly over the goddamn planet, be in other worlds, past lives in other worlds, all types of shit. But you have to really train and awaken and activate your pineal gland. It could be your diet. It could be your lack of water. It could be your lack of fucking meditation. It could be a whole lot of shit. You could just be sitting around watching TV, or sitting around, even worse, watching YouTube videos all day. Like, and I know that's ironic, but I'm not one of them YouTube people that's like just on here like, oh, I'm just here for the views. Give a fuck about the views. I really would like for a person to say, I followed you from the beginning to the end and that shit made sense to me. And thank you. I'm going to use this in my actual life. I'm going to actually focus more on my meditation because I realize that that's where no entropy exists. Anything that I build in the physical life, oh, I build a fantastic business. What is Apple doing? Check out Apple's stock markets. They lost $60 billion the last quarter. That really ain't shit when you made 9 trillion, but they still not doing as good as when they dropped the iPhone. So understand that everything that goes up must come down. But you can get out of that cycle by going back into consciousness, raising up the consciousness, doing the study, taking yourself seriously, and nothing can stop that. And when I speak to nothing can stop that, I'm going to speak to the deity that I have at the opening cover, and I'm going to break that down. But, okay, one more thing. 2 more things, and then I'm going to go on. But I have to get all of this shit out, or else it just is what it is. So, my kids might watch this one. So I have to get all of this shit out. So how do we get out of this situation in real terms, practical terms? I know I spoke a lot of scientifical mumbo jumbo and, you know, all of these things, but everything that I says has a practical use, because how do we get out of this in real terms? Well, appreciation and gratitude for the moment. No entropy exists when you're appreciating your family, when you're appreciating your comfort or your wife or your husband and your sons and daughters and your legacy, the work that you put in. There is no entropy in that. Even if it comes, it goes, it just is what it is, you know, because you're in that moment and you're appreciating it. For women, polyandry, having multiple mates, getting out of the mindset of having one mate when it's 20 niggas in your inbox. The ideal love, shedding that belief of being like your mama and daddy, because that was a state of cohesion. But as time goes on, the law of entropy states that that relationship structure or status is falling apart. Your mama didn't grow up in polyandry groups on Facebook. Everybody was doing the thing. They met at the dance. They was high school sweethearts, or they met in college, or they met at a bar. I remember them days. I was just right before the internet. I remember going to the bar, finding you a nice something every night, whenever you wanted to. It was love, but that shit is over with. This shit is entropy now. And I'm just saying, this is just a different idea of a solution. Maybe fuck all that though. Fuck what I just said though. You want this one guy. Then how does entropy play into that? Well, sex magic in your masturbation game, in your visualization game, in your orgasm game, best be strong. If you're single, because if you're single, that means you ain't got nobody. So therefore, I'm giving you the solution, man nor women. And if you a man, you want to kind of build that energy up and worry about the release. Women just release, build, and by next week, you will have an astro boyfriend. By next month, you will have a real life boyfriend taking you out to dinner. You wouldn't know if you ain't tried it, though. So don't tell me what don't work if you ain't tried it. How do I know all this? What am I talking about? How do I bring the opening intro to a close? There is a word that describes a black hole, and that word is accretion. ACCRETION. And that is the coming together and cohesion of matter under the influence of gravitation to of gravitation to form larger bodies, meaning that we very well could build something together, but it couldn't be. So once a planet came together with another planet, it didn't hold the same aspects anymore. It became a whole new planet. And so that's the difference between the loves that I used to have and the love that I'm trying to cultivate, because now I used to be me and somebody else, but now it's us. It's a whole different body. So when we die or when we pass away, it's no longer when I or what I'm doing. It's what y'all doing. We a whole nother planet. And that's what our love has come together. And so, you know, that's what I started with, and that's what I'm gonna end with for the intro. Love is a fire. But astrologically, before I get into the stars, I got a book that my wife just bought me. My wife been buying me a lot of stuff after Christmas, and that's some real nigga shit though. Don't buy me shit on Christmas. Buy me shit after Christmas. But she came through. My wife know I love the Sabian symbols, and you know, I was like, just grab me a book. And she came through with this, and it's a wonderful piece on here about Capricorn in the 20th degree, which the sun is conjunct at this point, and Pluto is sitting there, and it's, of course, it's in sidereal Sagittarius. But we still can use the Sabian symbols because the Sabian symbols be on point. I don't care. I don't care. So, Capricorn 20. Let's just read this out loud from the book. And sorry if my reading skills take you back to the 5th grade. This is a symbol of the eternal music of the spheres and is an emphasis on the ideality of experience as at a root a symphony of cosmic reconciliations, the differences of individual character which have contributed to a person's initiative and a conscious selfhood are here brought to their point of ultimate and single source in an overall existence, and each and every element of inharmony is reordered as a participating distinctiveness of the whole. All men are at one point a part of the universal pattern. The key word is worship. When positive, the degree is a unique gift for establishing a common interest and making it a power for the good of all. And when negative, personal aloofness and lukewarm loyalties. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me put this book down. Cause if niggas is, remember that song by Chris Brown with Lil Wayne? People don't be loyal. Oh, okay, so okay. So this is part 2 as we talk about Jagannath. So Jagannath, my man. Jagannath is my main man. So I've been dealing with Jagannath for a while. My wife can bear witness. And sometimes I even have a video where I appear with the Jagannath hoodie on. Like, that's my main man. And so, what does Jagannath represent? Let's talk about it. Let's look at it. Let's discuss it. Because it's the same exact energy as what we've been discussing as far as the Nigra substantia, the black substance. The black substance is Jagannath, but Jagannath is the juggernaut, but juggernaut is the law of entropy, but the law of entropy is the Lord of the universe. What do all of these things have in common? Well, let me tell you the story of Jagannath. In the royal empire of India, they never heard of a Jagannath, okay? They never seen it, never heard of it. Jagannath was being worshipped in the dense forests of northeast India. And it was the Dravidians, or what they would call the Untouchables. And these were the black Indians that were ostracized and kicked out of India. But they were worshiping the most purest form of Vishnu. And Vishnu is known in the Hindu pantheon as the destroyer. And so they was dealing with the guy like Vishnu, but he was like the watered down version. He was like the Eminem. And they was like, I need to get to, you know, the crux, or the pure version of Vishnu. And they were like, I don't know. And so his priests did plenty of prayers to Vishnu, like, show me where your purest form is, because we don't know where it's at. And they actually found it in these forests. It was worshipped. Get this. His name was dang, I don't want to mess it up, but his name meant, to the Dravidians, his name meant a man on a hill. Just thinking about like the mounds and things of that nature. But this is over in India. He was a man on the hill, and they was worshiping him purely. And they was like, oh, he in Northeast India. And so he got his troops together. The king, he went to go find the version of him. But once he got there, Jagannath had disappeared. And so he was just crying and just distraught, like, you know, just show me, just please show me. I just want to see you in your purest, most purest form. And so finally Vishnu came as an old man. And so the old man was like, I need 21 days in this shed, and I'm going to show you the purest form. And then, once, but it was like day 15, and his wife was like, you know, I just really want to see it. I just really want to see it. And so when they busted in the door, this was the only image that they seen, and different variations of this you can Google online, like Jagannath and things of that nature. But another word for Jagannath in the anglicized version, we wouldn't know the word Jagannath, but if we were going to ever have a word that we would compare Jagannath to, the Lord of the universe, the you know, black God, you understand what I'm saying? The black substance that nobody has seen, nobody has known, but is the Lord of the universe, the law of entropy, this juggernaut, okay? And the worshiping of Jagannath is this, where they fill up this big, I don't know, chariot, and they weigh it down, and then they make people drag it through the sand. And, you know, people come like by the hundreds or the thousands, and, you know, people get tired, and other people come in, and they just constantly pull this chariot through the sand to get it to this place. And, you know, that represents an unstoppable force. And even the temple of Jagannath is a modern marvel. Google that shit. Like, you know, just Google the modern marvel, like, and they don't know if it's because of the quote unquote architecture, or is it because it's built from a divine source. I personally believe that it's built from a divine source, and this is the energy that I'm rocking with. You feel me? This is the energy that I've been rocking with, an unstoppable force. And please believe it, if people really wanted to stop me, you know, if it came down to a point where people would be like, oh, I want to stop him, then I would have been done stopped. You understand? But I'm working with an unstoppable force. I'm working with my neuromelanin, and all of this shit is shit that I've been knew. That's how it's so easily free flowing. But I had to connect the dots, and I'm driving home like really literally connecting the dots. Like, bro, I gotta just tell somebody about this shit, get this stream of consciousness off my heart, and, you know, eat some dinner, you feel me? But I'm just now getting home. I had to like leave early today because it was just that important for me to get this message off. And, you know, really shaking. I mean, I talked about the card of the day, and it's very much speaking to how different philosophies that we have and different ideas that we have are built upon not having shit, whether it's love, money, success, etc. And we are using that as the basis for our ways of relating. Like, I don't want to grow with this person because he may hurt me, but this is some physical normal shit. Like if we light a match, then baby, this shit is gonna end soon. That's just how this shit goes. It's the law of entropy. So when I suggest the suggestions and everything, I hope that you was following this stream of consciousness and you are able to develop some new philosophies through this information. So if anything, if anybody can pull anything from this video, hopefully they will pull a new philosophy that spoke to their heart, that spoke to their soul, that did not speak to limitations, did not speak to restrictions, did not speak to loss, did not speak to defeat, that did not speak to failure, that did not speak to poverty, that did not speak to fear, that we developed a different philosophy by understanding that we have the ability and it's embedded within our brains. And if we do the research and we do the knowledge, then there is nothing that can hold us back. But yeah, if you want to deal with the purest form of Vishnu, you want to deal with Jagannath. There's nothing more realer, nothing more unstoppable. And that's just not my words. That is. Well, how'd I do? That was only 40 minutes, God. I felt like that was 18 hours. I felt like that was a whole Bobby Hemmett lecture. 40 minutes ain't that bad. That was a lot of information in 40 minutes. I do have my wife here if anybody has any questions for her or me about this information, or not, and I can just end the video. But I am opening up the floor for questions, so let us know what's good. I feel y'all energy. I just like I shit to say. You said enough, nigga. So yeah, let's just leave it like this, and be sure to any questions, leave it in the comments. Any concerns, any comments, any disagreements, any science majors, philosophy majors, psychology majors who thought that what I said was not valid, please, you know, tell me where I'm wrong at, because I need to be challenged on this, because what I feel like is, you know, this is the salvation for millions of people if they choose to accept the salvation. Like, do I have neuromelanin? Do I have a soul? Is the world based upon entropy? How can I get outside of entropy and pull my shit together? You ever heard that phrase before? Let me get my shit together, pull my shit together. Really is a way, is really is a key. So just want to end with that, and you know, contact me, hoodmystic@gmail.com, patreon.com/hood, www.hoodmystic.com. Also, the email is available, hoodmystic@gmail.com. I do this all for the humans' ability to raise themselves spiritually, so they can kind of look away from humanity and look towards spirituality. So just continuing the tradition, and I'm sorry about earlier, but it is what it is. We came back better than ever, so I'm appreciative of that. And next Wednesday, well, this Wednesday coming up, have your questions ready, because we'll be ready. There's a question for you though. Latarsha wanted to know what was your thoughts on the topic. I'll have to come.
It was clear because it's been a lot of what we're dealing with and what we've been talking about. It was enlightening. Definitely made me look at things different.
Hope y'all got a chance to hear her thoughts. She's soft spoken, so you might have to turn it up. Much love to the family though. Any more questions? Any more suggestions? You just said your thoughts on the topic. Or did you wanna? Yeah, I'm back, bruh. Did you wanna go deeper? I mean, you can always go deeper. Speak louder.
More like when you talked about how I look at it at first, how it wasn't 2, 3, and it's like okay, you explained it as log fight. Definitely.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's something else we've been dealing with too, like the removal of certain friends and certain situations. In the moment that you be like, all right, fuck him or fuck her, and then somebody else like, hey, you got the vibe going, like, oh, what's up, girl? Yeah. That's just me. That's just me. She's going in and out. Yeah, we have to do something better for but I know what I can do. I can turn you up a little bit. That's a little better. But she was basically saying how the idea of kindling a relationship is something that made her really think, you know, about just the different things that we've been doing to keep this thing alive and keep it going. And it's hard work. And
processing it in a different perspective.
Yeah. As opposed to just wanting it to be that same fire when we first started. It was so bright and it just filled up a whole room, and it might not be that strong, but it's still a fire. So what are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna just let it die? Or are we gonna be mad that it ain't the same fire that it once was? Or are we gonna just be happy about where the shit is now? And it can possibly grow for sure. You know, that's a fact. It can grow. Indeed. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, you know, all of that good stuff that we do on YouTube to keep the ball rolling. But other than that, man, I just wanted to spin this and get this message out. I don't want this message to go wasted and on deaf ears. So please share this. Please, any challenges, any formalities, any things like that, get at me, dog, like DMX. But other than that, we signing out. Peace and love from my family. We got Lil John and the East Side Boys upstairs chilling. So it's all family, it's all love here. Y'all have a great night. Peace. Do I feel that Vishnu is my divine parent? That's a good ass question. You know what? It's hard to be. No, but I really don't feel like I got parents spiritually. I really feel like I am Jagannath, or some aspect of Jagannath lives through me, because the revelation that I had about Jagannath in his alignment today, I did not know that shit a year ago. I just liked the nigga. Like I just really liked his it was just a whole period where I just had a dream where he just showed up with them red lips, and I was just online Googling like deity with a black face and red lips, and I didn't know nothing about a Jagannath, but I seen that face so clearly. And it never been a relationship where it's like, you better do this, but inviting that energy into my life, I don't have obstacles. Like, my wife can bear witness. I'm kind of like a do what I want to do type of nigga. Like, I do whatever, whenever, however, you know, and if I don't want to do it, I just don't do it. And I'm not afraid, but it's just an incorporation of this energy. But like we talked about, I think Friday, that all remembering is just learning, or all learning is just simply remembering. And I'm just simply remembering an aspect of myself and how I'm able to speak so clearly about it. And you may not even have heard Jagannath. I can guarantee 99% of y'all never heard about Jagganoth, and if you try to Google, go ahead and try to Google information on Jagganoth, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna know that it's a Jagganoth exists, but like, try to YouTube a deep nigga talking about Jagganoth, you'll be like, it don't exist. It's just some weird abstract YouTube videos about it. So it's definitely something that, yeah. Just an explanation or a breakdown of Jagganoth within itself. But I'm about to eat some dinner. Peace.